Hey, and welcome to Bourbon Blind, where the guys drink without the hype of the label. So if you'd like to see a bottle on the show, please email me at bourbonblindtasting@gmail.com or drop a comment in the comment section. If you love what you see tonight, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. If you hate what you see, go ahead and comment and tell us how much we suck. So tonight's bottle is the long-awaited Ironroot. I'm super excited about this. We went on a pick in 2019. Ooh, that was a beautiful cork pop. And we finally got our bottles in. Thank you, forces that be. Anyway, actually, a huge shout out to Donnie, who actually went and grabbed our bottles from Texas. Really appreciate that. And I'm sure everyone who is in our Facebook group, Bourbon Blind Nation, also appreciates that, who got a bottle. With that, I haven't tasted this in a year and a half, and I am going to taste it now. That is really, really cherry. Interesting finish. I'm interested to hear what the guys think of it. So with that, gonna go get the guys, hide this bottle, and we'll see what they think.
How do I look?
Terrible.
That's as good as it's going to get, though. So here we are.
It is.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bourbon Blind. I'm Kyle.
I'm Nick.
You know what's up. We look terrible. We drink whiskey. And we give you our opinion about how much we'd be willing to pay for a bottle.
And sometimes our opinion is taken a little too seriously.
It really is. We're just two assholes that like to drink whiskey. And that's about the end of that.
We are not professionals.
Professional assholes, maybe.
No. We have certificates. They're framed. It's real nice.
I want to say a lot of proof. Like, there's a lot there. It smells a little bit higher proof. Definitely some sweetness.
I like butterscotch.
Brown sugar.
But also like apple. And it's combining like an apple butterscotch, which I don't even know if that's a thing.
Caramel apple? It should be. If butterscotch apple's not a thing, I feel like it should be.
$1 million idea for anybody out there willing to do it.
I feel like if caramel apples can be such a hit, butterscotch apples can definitely be a hit.
Oh, butterscotch is good. Yeah, I'm with you. I definitely think that there's some proof in there.
Dark sweetness, though.
Oh, yeah.
Just
for sure.
overall,
yeah. I definitely think there's some proof in there. The ethanol is not real strong. It's there.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering. There's a lot of dark sweetness, like you said, on the nose.
A little bit of leather down in there.
Picking up maybe a little bit of barrel char, like an oaky thing.
Oh, I'm getting in here.
Okay. Ooh, that was good.
It was a good one. Palate is way more like
spicy.
I was gonna say more like savory. There's definitely some spice, but like that savory oak, leather, tobacco.
Yeah.
Definitely some tobacco. Like all those, still those dark roads, but it went from a sweet road to like I say savory. I could definitely see the sweet.
Like a well-lit road to a castle, and now we're in the woods.
Right. I would like to say we took a wrong turn, but I mean, I'm not upset about it.
I can't say 100% that we did.
We definitely changed roads, though. But that's...
Second sip, nowhere near as spicy up front. First sip, it was just like an explosion of spices.
Way more... Again, I'm getting savory, but...
I can see the savory. Just the spices are just like really up front and forward for me.
For me, it's like on the back end, more like a ginger spice.
On the finish, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's that
almost
not
like
quite tingly, but
like a really turned down wasabi.
Yeah.
I mean, really turned down. Like it's not.
It's not spicy. Like it's the feeling,
right?
That.
And
I
the
do
finish,
love wasabi though.
I know you do.
I do.
And the finish hangs out. Like I've still got some finish going. It's not. There's not like a huge flavor bomb in the finish.
And the finish is gone.
Yeah.
Solid medium finish.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't just completely disappear like some things.
I'm gonna go see a little bit of water do.
See if it do what it do.
Do what it do. I feel like I say the same thing every fucking video.
You have your
I have my
statements.
right.
Like anytime I say unique, he has to follow up with
Unique
unique
New
New York every time.
That's just what comes to my head, man. I'm a simple man, sir. I am a simple man.
Like when I go into his office, ask him if he's got something done. It's like, I mean, you know,
I've done things.
he has done
Maybe
things.
not productive, but you know, I was doing something. I wasn't just like staring off into space, like.
Definitely not. No, absolutely not. You've never walk into Kyle's office and him just going.
That's probably because I was doing something I shouldn't have done. I was like,
Yeah. Like when
look
your
at that
kid,
ceiling.
you go to yell at your dog, and your dog's like, What's even happening?
When you ask your dog, did you do this? And even if they didn't, they're like,
What did you do? I gotta go.
All right. So it's out with the water for a minute now.
On the nose, it's like everything disappeared except for like the ethanol.
Pretty much.
Yeah. There's like some faint sweetness.
Like it's not hot, but it's just that like ethanol sensation.
No, the sweetness that I'm getting is like your neighbor yelling caramel.
I'm getting more like some barrel char on the nose after the water. Definitely lots of barrel char.
So the sip was a instant rush of sweetness that transformed into some like baking spice.
That's probably fair.
It was really interesting. Like I can get my nose pretty deep in there. Like
Yeah.
the ethanol is not overpowering with the water or without. Just with the water, there's like not much of anything else.
Even without the water now, I'm back without the water, and it's... I'm not getting anything new that we didn't before.
Well, since I have more in my glass, do a better.
Is that with water?
That's with water.
That's a lot of ethanol.
I told you.
That's a lot of ethanol.
That's all that's left is ethanol.
Anyway, I definitely enjoyed it more without the water, so...
I enjoy the nose with the water and the taste. Or I enjoyed the nose without the water and the taste with the water better. Just that transformation of sweet into baking spice was really interesting and an enjoyable experience for me.
Good bit of barrel char. I'd say this is probably around 110-ish proof.
Yeah, I'd guess like 105 to 115
Yeah,
pretty easily.
like... I don't think it's above 120.
No, it's definitely
And
not.
I don't think it's below 100.
No.
I think around that 105, 115, that 110 range.
It definitely drinks between the color and the flavor and things like that. That it's definitely going to be, I would say, at least 4 to 6 years old.
Yeah.
So it's got it tastes like it's got enough age on it to where all that like younger funk
Right.
is gone away. But I feel like it could use a little bit more time or something. I don't know. Or maybe a different blend. I'm not 100%. I feel like this is on a good path.
Right.
It just hasn't gotten to its destination yet. It's good. I wouldn't turn it down by any stretch.
No.
I just think that it could stand
I would say
something.
I'm in this a solid $50.
Yeah, I'm like 55, 60.
Like, 60 comes to mind. I'm not fully committed to
Yeah.
it, so I don't want to say it, but like
No, you're
like
right.
I said, a solid 50.
I'm gonna go back down to like 50, 55. I think
I don't know that I'd like put a hard cap at 50, but
after 50, 55, like I start getting uncomfortable with this experience as a bourbon. It's not bad. It's got some really interesting character to it.
it's definitely got some oak, some barrel char, some.
And if that's in your wheelhouse, by all means.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's got different flavors, different flavor profiles that they prefer.
And like we said, I don't hate this. If I hated it, I wouldn't pay $50 for it. Like, go check out last week's episode.
I gave it $4. He didn't even give a price.
I said what I said.
People
Anyway.
people got real upset about that.
They really did.
They got real upset about
They
it.
really did. But hey, there's a reason we do it blind.
It's all honesty.
Obviously, they really like that label.
And that's fine.
And that is fine. But, like, there's a reason we do things blind and we try and be honest. Like, it is what it is.
Right.
And sometimes it hurts. I've given some bad prices to some bottles I thought I really liked.
I remember we did, it was a Russell's single barrel store pick. Or no, Elijah Craig store pick.
Yeah.
That
It was one of my favorite bottles of Elijah Craig ever.
And we did a review on it, and
I didn't like it.
he did not like it.
Yeah.
It
Was good, and then it wasn't. Just hard left. So anyway,
let's see what it is.
Sir.
Are you ready?
Oh!
It is the Ironroot pick that y'all did in Texas.
It is Ironroot Harbinger, and from Ironroot Republic, this is 32 months. So
I gave it more than it was. I said 4 to 6.
Yeah, which is
It's in
kind
Texas.
of right. So Texas is really hot. Shocker.
Yeah, weird.
And for me, a lot of Texas whiskey is kind of hit or miss. Mm-hmm. Some of them, they really try and play up the whole heat makes it age faster thing. Some distilleries are putting barrels in like metal shipping containers out in the sun, which to help it
sounds
age
like
faster.
a bomb.
Hopefully it's ventilated, but
Things get up to like 200 degrees in there. Like,
yeah. And it's
I know that's not
opinion,
the flashpoint of alcohol, but still.
in my opinion, okay, just my opinion. Remember, I'm an asshole, so
Asterisk.
take it for what it's worth.
He is an asshole.
The heat doesn't make whiskey age faster.
You know what does make
it
whiskey
extracts
age?
wood faster.
Right. You know what does make whiskey age?
What?
Time.
Time makes whiskey age.
That's
There
the
is
only thing that makes whiskey age.
I have yet to find a replacement for time. The closest thing I've found is the OZ Tyler, and they have that those sonic machine things.
Some science thing.
Yeah, like that's the closest I've found because it doesn't
age it, and they don't even come close to saying that it ages it.
right.
They described it as like a clarification process or something like that it eliminates bad
They basically
things.
put some staves in there after 6 months or a year,
Right.
And then they in the barrel, and then they put them in this little machine thing, and it uses like ultrasonic waves or something, and
does things.
right. I will say, I truly believe that it works. Mm-hmm. But even talking to the master distiller, they're like, it's not. You're not going to get a 12-year whiskey taste
Right.
out of a 6-month or 1-year-old bourbon that's gone through the process. That's not how it works. But it really does help mingle and mellow, I feel.
Yeah, because the OZ Tyler stuff, when we went to the distillery that we tried, did not drink like it was 6 to 18 months old.
No, not
At
it
all.
didn't have that young corn whiskey taste. But at the same time, like,
It wasn't.
so this was 32 months,
Right.
which almost 3 years. That's in that.
And it picked up a decent amount of color in 32
It picked
months.
up a good amount of color, and also a good amount of that barrel char, which is one of my biggest complaints with a lot of Texas whiskeys.
Is that it
And
picks up.
especially when they're like a year and a half old, you still get that like dusty corn youngness, but at the same time you get like the barrel char,
It's
and
just
it's
a
like you
weird
get
combo.
the worst of both worlds, and it doesn't age faster. I'm sorry, it's my opinion. That's just how I feel.
It's not your opinion. There is no science to prove that it ages faster.
It extracts wood faster.
Like, I'm sorry, but like your child doesn't age because you lock them in the closet faster overnight. That's not how it works. You can't turn the heat on in your kid's room and come back, put them to bed at 8 months old, and wake them up in the morning at 12 months old. It doesn't work.
After sitting for a minute, that's gotten more sweet. Now, this was also a neck pour, so, take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, first pour.
Fresh crack. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't help it age faster. That being said, Ironroot does some really cool stuff. 32 months it's a good age. I'm a big fan of it.
I wouldn't want it to be any
at
younger.
least 4 years.
Right.
But under like 2.5 is my hard cap.
Right, and this is just over 2.5.
It is, but it doesn't have any of that like young corn.
No, not
taste,
at all.
Which is where, when I say young corn, to me it tastes like a dusty cornfield. And at that point, like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out at that point.
No, there's a genuine distinction in flavor from that 2.5 year mark to the 3 to 4 year mark. Mm-hmm. And then the stuff that's aged at least 6 months, like, it's not.
It's usually not good. But at that point, I would rather just drink White Dog.
Right. Like, at least I know it's gonna just taste like corn liquor.
Right, but also like it hasn't gotten all the. I really think in like 6 months, like it just gets all the crap out of the barrel, and none of the good stuff.
Right.
And then the White Dog, and then like you're just it's. I'd just rather drink White Dog. It's so much better. It really is. Anyway, though, Ironroot. This was a pick that we did for the Whiskey Tubers at the Bastards Ball. Awesome time there. If you haven't checked out the Bastards Ball, please do. It's a fantastic time. It's an amazing event. It's put on by the Whiskey Tribe, so be sure everyone knows the Whiskey Tribe at this point.
Everyone knows the Whiskey Tribe.
Everyone knows the Whiskey. You know the Whiskey Tribe. If you somehow you don't, go check them out. They're freaking awesome.
If you don't know the Whiskey Tribe, you still know the Whiskey Tribe.
Right. Yeah, so this is a pick that we did between all the bourbon channels that were there. There was like at least a dozen of us, different channels.
I feel like it was hard to reach a consensus.
It kind of was. It was split between this bottle and another bottle. This is the bottle I picked, for the record.
Obviously. Low.
So, just saying, I was right. No big deal.
No big deal, but I had the right palate. I'm just here.
So, yeah. Ironroot, definitely doing some awesome stuff. Be sure to check them out. Texas being Texas they're very proud of Texas and Texas whiskey.
Which is why it's got the Texas star and the R on the label.
And there.
And the cap.
And there.
And the back.
And probably in the bottom.
There's not one on the bottom. They're missing. Oh, there's another one on the front label.
There you go.
And there's the outline of the state of Texas on the neck strap.
Texas is very proud of Texas, and they're very clear that their whiskey is its own category, their own bourbon even.
And you're not going to be able to see this, but there's a little outline of the shape of Texas, and it says "Go Texan" on the back of the bottle. On the
Texas is proud of Texas, man. So anyway, check out Ironroot, awesome stuff, and until Friday noon Central next week, cheers and drink blind.
Drink it your way.
We want to give a huge shout out to all of our Patreon people. Absolutely thank you. You guys are freaking magical. T-shirts at Teespring, link in the description.
Also, thank you to anyone who has ever supported us, whether that's either coming on a live, chit-chatting with us on a Thursday night, or if you just like to watch our episodes, we appreciate every one of you.
Until Friday noon Central next